This is DeGents Podcast number 1 with Ryan, Castillo, and Torres.
You already fucked up.
And today we're going to cover the difference between success and significance.
Alright, what's up, guys? This is Castillo here.
I'm Ryan.
Alright, let's get
This is Torres. But listen, you guys are acting stupid. This podcast is supposed to be... We have a normal-ass conversation, alright?
Yeah.
Sorry, but I don't understand
It's not that deep.
significance.
But,
this is all about conversations.
Significance? Let me take my shirt off, man.
I think we should start with the dictionary definition.
Alright.
Significance and success.
Let me look it up on my computer right here.
Well, I guess you don't need significant. It doesn't need to be significant if it's wait, fuck.
Significant.
Significance.
Adjective.
So
Sufficiently great or important to be worthy of attention. Noteworthy. It has a particular meaning, indicative or of something. That's what significance means. So something that matters, like it has a reason to matter.
Okay, so pull up the thing for success.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just measure our dicks.
Success. Noun. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The good or bad outcome of an undertaking. So they're pretty different.
So the reason I bring this up is because when I was at my AT for my unit this summer, a colonel came and talked to us, and he pointed to his uniform, and he pointed first at his name tape, and he says, U.S. Army, that is significance right there. And then he pointed at his name, and he says, that's success right there. So I'm not going to say the whole story, but what do you guys think this means when he said that?
Wait, I'm confused. His name is success?
So
Or
the
rank?
name tape, so U.S. Army,
Yeah.
significance.
Yeah.
Name, success. And that's what he said.
I think I know where he's trying to go with this, because the U.S. Army is what matters.
Oh, yeah.
Is what we do things for, right?
Yeah.
So the U.S. Army has the importance, and we give it importance by doing certain things, right? Now, this colonel, he has success under his name, right? He made it to colonel. That is success. He undertook, this path, and he's been the outcome has been successful thus far.
Well, I understand that. Wouldn't the success, though, be his rank?
But it's him who accomplished it, so he is
I
successful.
get that. All right.
So let's go a little deeper on what he actually said. So he said significance and success, right? Success is your name tape, right? Your name carries success throughout your career. You do a lot of things that make you successful, right? Like, you're always working this, and then people are like, oh, that guy's successful. But significance is like U.S. Army. That's why we do this, and that's what the impact has. You have impact on others. You help others. You help accomplish missions. You help accomplish tasks, right? That's a significant portion, and that far outweighs your name, because the U.S. Army you'll leave the Army and I'll keep going. So it's what you're able to accomplish for the organization.
So it's almost
that
like a
lives on
legacy.
forever.
A legacy, in a way.
Which
Kinda.
one do you value more? Which one's more important for you?
But like, would you want to call somebody, hey, this guy is very successful? Or would you want to say, this guy has been very significant, right?
Well, how do you measure success?
Well, let's start with like accomplishments, right? Achievements.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to look at success.
Achievements.
But personal achievements, right? So like, what have you been able to do to make yourself a successful guy? Like money. Money is success. I don't know. What do you think would be something that is success?
Getting your dream job.
Mm-hmm. But then significance.
Buying your dream house.
But then significance would be, when you get your dream job, right? That you're successful in doing that. But then significance is when you get to your dream job, you put out, you help others.
So how do you measure
impact on that job?
So how do you measure how significant you are?
I guess it's based on people.
So it's all based on what people think of you.
Yeah, I would say, or what people think of what you've done.
That sounds kind of difficult though, because everyone's gonna have different opinions. So if we look at your legacy, right? And there can be many opinions about you. which one's right, which one do you believe.
But let me ask you a question. Do you want to be a successful person or a significant person?
I personally want to be successful.
So you don't want to have any significance.
But I think significance comes with being successful, because as the more successful I get, the more I'm gonna put my name out there, and the more I am gonna do to help others, because with success, I'm gonna be able to do better.
So you're working towards success instead of working towards having a significant impact.
But having a
People's
significant impact, like you just said, is measured by what people think about you. So if I'm successful and if I do the right things to help others on their way to becoming successful, people are gonna say I'm pretty significant.
All right, let me give like an example of like success versus significance. Maybe you guys can agree or disagree. So you have let's say an Olympic athlete, right?
Okay.
Right, and then you have two people. Let's say they're both American, just for this scenario. One of them is just the best ever. Let's say he's the fastest 5K runner, and he's American, and he gets the gold medal. The other one is the third fastest, and he gets the bronze medal. Obviously, the third fastest, with the bronze medal, successful too, but he won't be as recognized as the gold medalist, right?
Okay.
But this is the thing. The gold medalist is always focused on himself. The bronze medalist, he's always focused on helping people. He's always going to training camps. Let's say teaching kids how to run.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a coach at a college, a high school.
Mm-hmm.
He's always like doing fundraisers and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The top guy, just because of his success, he's the top guy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how many Olympic track runners do you guys remember that got a gold medal?
No one.
Bold.
No one. Maybe
Bold.
you remember, but I'm saying American.
Oh.
So you like, not a lot of people remember them. Obviously, the gold medalist will get a lot more recognition, but the bronze medalist, the people in his life will say, "Wow, this guy had a significant impact on my life. I look up to him, not just because he got his bronze medal, but because of how he helped people, how he gave away what he knew."
I think that's just how you are as a person, though, because look at fucking Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. They're like the richest football players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You can argue that in any sport, but all of these soccer players, like, they're significant because they donate money. They have their own, little things to donate and stuff. So you could say that they're pretty significant. So with success, it's easier to help others. It's really up to you whether or not you want to be significant. But how significant can you be without being successful? See, that's a hard part of it.
So I guess that's where it comes from. But then you could say, why are you doing something? Are you doing something for success, or are you doing it because you want to have a significant impact?
I personally do things
for
myself and for my family.
All right.
So that, I guess that sounds a little selfish, but I do things for myself and for my family. Now on the journey, during this journey, I've helped other people, and I think some people would say, "Hey, that guy, he had some significance in my life." So, like I said, with success, it's really up to you how significant you want to be.
All right. How about you, Ryan?
So for
Like,
me,
you haven't been talking.
it's probably going to be a little bit different. I mean, success is more of like an overall thing, if you know what I mean. Like a life. Like goals. But then like significance is more like personal and like events. Like, for me, like I would rather be more significant in a way, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like when this comes to significant, you think of like a family man.
Yeah.
More the significant events. Like, and I guess it would also be success in the same way. Like, for me, it's not really much about my career. It's more about me as a family man, having kids,
Mm-hmm.
settling down, having a wife. Like, that's
Success.
that's my success, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm going to be a cop, but, like, for me, I would say the family side is more important, which I would consider as more significant.
So how do you measure success?
Success is more of like an overall achievement. Like, success is like, you made it to detective. Good job.
Do you think happiness goes with success or
No,
significance?
significance.
How so?
Because I might love being a cop, but what's going to make me happy is being a family man.
Okay. What goals?
Because you know the saying, like, just being rich doesn't mean, or being rich doesn't mean you have money. You've never heard that?
No.
No, I've never
I've
heard
heard
of
like being rich doesn't mean you have happiness, right? But I've never
Yeah,
heard-
money doesn't buy happiness.
Well,
is what
no,
I've heard.
so
but it helps you get there. That's
in
for
a way,
sure.
being rich, having a family, having like the life you have always wanted,
Mhm.
that's being rich. At least in my book.
Okay,
I
so-
don't.
Okay, I think
could
what
be-
you're talking about is being rich is not about that you can be rich in order in like certain things. Being rich is not only about how much money you have. You can be rich in love, rich in health, rich in happiness.
Yes, I would rather be poor
Money wise.
and happy and like have a great family life and all that than
Mhm.
be rich and
But why would you
Hate
be
life.
Why would you be rich and hate life? Like why do people have this negative connotation with money? There is nothing wrong with working to be successful and making millions of
all
dollars.
right. Well, let's put it this
With
way.
millions of dollars, you can buy your mother your dream house. You can buy your family, very great health insurance. You can make sure that you guys travel the world.
But you can't ensure that people love you for who you are and not for what you have.
Yeah, and,
But-
and
but-
even if
but-
you have all this great stuff in
Yes,
the world,
but
that
why,
doesn't make you happy.
what makes you think that you're gonna have all this money tomorrow, right? Like, if you're gonna build something to have money, you're most likely gonna do it with the person that chooses you for who you are before you had that money. So you already have I already love you, and you're not fucking rich.
No, yeah.
So
I
so
get
what
that.
makes you think that when you get rich, I'm just gonna love you for your money?
I should say more. Maybe it's about like who you meet once you're rich.
But that comes down the road though. That comes when you're older and when you have a family. Like, once I'm rich and I have a family, like, I'm focused on my family, and I'm sure I'm gonna make sure that I give them a great life, just like my father.
No,
did
I
with
get
me,
that.
you know?
I guess for me personally, I would focus more on the family life than the career and rich.
But if you focus on your family, you need to focus on money, because how are you gonna give your family a good life without money?
No, that's true. But like, I don't want to be.
But what about teachings, right? Like,
You don't want to be that dad who's always at the office, so
You-
you can't make it to
like-
his
just
son's
because you
soccer
have
game.
money,
No,
just
no,
because
no,
you have
listen to
money
this.
doesn't mean you have to have spoiled kids.
Listen to this. I would rather have a poor dad that teaches me the best life lessons than a rich dad that gives me all the money to do whatever. I
But if
want
you're rich,
and gives me
if you're
all the
rich,
opportunities.
if you're rich, it doesn't mean you don't know how to teach. If you're rich, doesn't mean you're gonna spoil your kids. That's just parenting.
But
That's
I'm
just
saying,
that's
like-
ju- that comes. Listen, let me finish. That comes with people having culture and knowing how to educate. If I'm rich, I'm not gonna buy my kids all the things they want. I'm gonna make sure that they work for it. Because if I grind all this much to get what I want, it's because it wasn't just given to me in a silver plate, bro. I had to work for it. I want to make sure my kids learn the same thing. So just because I have money in the future doesn't mean that I'm gonna spoil my kids. It doesn't mean that I don't know how to teach. I'm gonna be a great father, knowing how to teach my kids, but I'm gonna make sure I give them a great life. Meaning, I'm gonna have enough money to put them through college, get them the things that it's needed, and give them a great life. It doesn't mean I'm gonna spoil them though.
All right. Well, I guess it's like this. Like, would you rather be known as the great, father, the great, husband, the great family man, or the great rich guy?
But you can be a rich guy and be a great father
No, you
and a
can,
great
you
family
can.
man.
But I
But we're
think
saying
So
what's
there-
more
there-
important?
There
What's
shouldn't
more
be
important when you're a father?
there shouldn't be a would you rather though.
No.
You can
but
be
what's
both.
more important? So, for example, you have a father that, like I would rather have a father that has a significant impact on my life. That teaches me things, skills, ideas, the right the right values that will lead me into a great life, rather than a father that doesn't teach me anything but gives me money and gives me opportunities. Because let's be honest, rich kids have a ton of opportunities, whether it's college, whether it's sports, whether it's.
See, but now we're drifting away from the conversation. Now we're talking about parenting and
saying-
educating.
I think it's all
But I'm
interconnected.
saying
that makes no
significant,
money should not
significance and success.
money should not
Significance is
have
more important.
money should have nothing to do with how you educate and how you teach somebody, how
All
to
right.
be
Well,
a
then
person.
I guess my version of success would be, when I finally croak and kick the bucket, people know me as the best father.
That's such a
the
redneck
best.
saying.
Hey, what do you mean?
I
You
love
have
it.
never heard "kick the bucket"?
I've never heard that before. Have you heard that before,
Man.
Castillo?
No, I've never had that before.
All right. Well, when I take my permanent dirt nap, I would rather be, for success for me would be when they're reading my eulogy or reading.
But you're gonna be dead, so
Yeah,
then you don't know.
It doesn't matter.
But
It's
you're-
more about the legacy and what I leave behind me.
Okay, I agree with you. On top of everything you just said, wouldn't you want to make sure that your kids have something, to live off with, like some money, some land, some.
I do.
Yeah.
But like,
So
in a
what's
way,
wrong?
I would
So
rather-
what's wrong?
Hold on,
What's
hold
wrong
on.
with working towards being successful? What's wrong
I
with?
would rather be. I'd rather.
But
I'd
why?
rather my
Why are you
family
saying?
be poor,
Why are you saying be?
but
Why?
love.
Why does it? Why is there need to be a rather? Why not both?
No. Listen, Castillo.
Why not both?
Listen.
All right, because personally, where I've come from, like, my dad had money, but he was never there for me.
Then
So-
do better. Be better than him. Have money and be a great. Just because as an example, this is not true. It's just as an example. Just because my father was a drunk, hit my mother, and was never home, doesn't mean I'm gonna become a drunk. My brother might become a drunk, and he may be off of the streets for the rest of his life. Or I can choose not to be that and be better.
Keep that so I don't keep hitting it.
So, if your dad was rich and he was never there for you, you can be better than him. You can be someone with a lot of money and someone that is there for their family, like my dad was. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're better at
All right,
teaching.
I understand that, but I guess my focus would be more on the family and not the money. The money
That's
and the
fine,
family
but
would be great.
when are you
Family
having a
comes
family?
first.
When are you having a family?
All right, we're kind of
Right?
getting, we're kind of getting
Right now,
sidetracked.
what are you?
Hold on,
Listen.
hold on.
What are you doing right now in your
We're
life?
kind of getting sidetracked.
What are
College,
you?
I'm
You're in
college,
college.
Army.
So what are you
What?
working towards? You're working towards your success.
I'm working.
You're in
towards
college. You're
graduating,
graduating,
and going,
getting a
getting
job, being in the army. You're working towards success because right now you're early. It's your time to grind.
But I guess probably once I when I leave college, then I'm gonna start focusing on starting that family.
But you're gonna
know-
gonna start looking for a family at 22 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But listen, no.
That's another conversation. I think that's another conversation.
Listen,
Because I want to get to
Save
know.
that for another podcast.
I want my I don't want to be I don't want to date my partner for 1 year and marry her. Like I want to have I want to meet my future wife and know her for a really long time.
Like how long?
4 years.
That's respectable. But
So then about that time I'm almost 30.
okay, but
And like I said again, my parents.
but you
were
don't
also-
have a family yet. You don't have a family yet.
And that's what I mean. You have to get some art started somewhat earlier.
But at 20, all right, at 22.
All right, listen.
At
Listen,
22.
let's save this for
Wait.
another day,
One last
'cause we're
opinion.
getting
One
out
last
of
thing.
track.
One last thing.
We're getting out of track.
One last thing. At 22, you don't have a family yet. Even if you have a girlfriend, you don't have a family. It's still your time to grind, because you're right. Once you have a family and you have kids, your focus is gonna be on your family, and that's 100% true. But that time, the goal is you have enough money that you can put your family through like a very good life. Just because you can put them through a very good life doesn't mean you're gonna spoil them. It doesn't mean that they're gonna be fucking using daddy's money for everything. That's bullshit. That just comes with culture and with parenting. That's why like Latino families are so well structured, because they know how to fucking parent and coach. I can speak for myself. I can speak.
There's a lot of
No,
there's a lot of crime
there is. No, but I
in the
can.
Latino community.
I
Like,
I'm talking from
Puerto Rico?
I'm talking
So
from
are we
experience.
still going on to like
all
why
right,
I
all right,
want to do?
I'm gonna bring it
I'm
back.
talking from experience.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring it back. All right. So when you die, right? Because I heard this come up. When you die, would you rather leave your kids with values, with like good habits, with discipline, or would you rather leave them with a large sum of money? 'Cause
I'm
you
not gonna
said
answer
you
your
wanna
question.
leave
I'm
them
not gonna
with a
answer your
large
question.
sum
I'm not
of
gonna
money.
answer your question because it's unrealistic. You can have both.
No, but
You can have
listen,
both.
listen.
There's no would you rather. You can have both. Just because
when my grandparents' parents died, right? They didn't leave their kids with any money at all,
okay.
but they left them with a life of knowledge.
Just because they left them with enough knowledge does just all right. If they have money and left them money, doesn't mean that they wouldn't leave them with a life of knowledge and values. Just because you have money does not mean you cannot teach your sons about life, about courtesies, about morals,
but
about
I think
values.
we all agree with that. But I think it's more like what is more important.
having that significant impact.
Yes,
or having that
significance.
successful impact?
Significance is very important. I want to have kids that are good people, that are lovable, that are kind, that help other people. That's important. It's very important, and I agree with you. Morals are important. How you teach a son is important. Education is important. But I'm gonna make sure that I leave both behind. Okay? I was raised, you guys know me, like good values, good morals, good person. But at the same time, I want to make sure they have a good life. A good life.
No, I know, I agree with that, but like, our time is short here. We can all agree on that, right? Yes, no?
Like 70, 80, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
like, I would say that it's more important that, like, my great-grandkids know me more as, like, and my grandkids and my kids tell my great-grandkids not about my successes and, like, he was a great police officer, he's a great leader. Like, I'd rather them be like, he was a
bad guy in 1 year.
Be like, I'd rather them talk about, like, how of a great person I was.
Great
rather
father.
than the best police officer there is.
Okay, good.
Best officer.
All right. On top of that, you left them with money. Wouldn't you be happier?
Yeah.
No.
There you go. There you go.
No.
Like, you
don't-
left them with great values, with great knowledge, with great stories. On top of that, some fucking money. What's wrong with that? See, there's a negative connotation. People, the fucking status quo, fucking society is making. Have you heard people being like, dude, go waste your money, be happy, you're 20, you got time to leave, go get drunk, go waste your money. That's fucking
money is
bullshit.
important, but it's
That's
not-
fucking
Money
bullshit.
is not the most important.
That's why
thing.
that's why poor people are poorer and then the rich people are richer, because rich people know how to have a good life,
Alright,
a good life based on values, based on religion.
Very sidetracked right now.
But dude, it's the truth. It's the
I guess
truth.
it's also more like me. Money doesn't mean as much to me.
Alright, so now I'm gonna bring it back to success and significance, but I'm gonna bring it back within the army, right? So, as a leader, what is more important, success or significance? So let's hold on. Let me give an example, right? When I went to air assault school, the commander there, she was Ranger, Sapper, Airborne, Pathfinder, air assault, right? Qualified. Like, she had all that stuff. Very successful, right? And people looked up for her, like especially the females. They were like, "Wow, that's so cool. She's so badass." But you could have all of that, right?
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, my first sergeant at the unit, he doesn't have any of that. He went to airborne school, failed. He doesn't really have any cool awards, right?
Was he deployed?
He was deployed.
That's a success.
He was deployed.
That's success.
And so he's made a success though is he made E8 in like 16 years, which is pretty good in the first one. But he's had a great significant impact on soldiers, on NCOs, and on officers, and on me. The commander, she never even spoke to us. She never even thought about having a significant impact on us cadets at air assault school. Yeah. So my question is, what is more important? What makes the better leader?
You could have the most successes, but that doesn't make you a good leader.
Mm-hmm. But
how do you get
but
success?
how do you get success? To do a lot more stuff than my first one,
how do you get
right?
success without being a good leader? I mean, sure, you get all these nice patches.
Well, you can.
Again, how do you measure success? How do you measure significance? It's all based on people.
If you're there for your soldiers.
It's all based on people, though.
I would say success in the military is measured by your awards, your accolades, your achievement, what you've been able to do for yourself. Significance is measured what you've been able to do for your subordinates, and not just your for subordinates, but even your leaders.
All right, so
I would rather have no awards.
All right, we're
be
literally
a significant force in their lives.
We're literally in an army that there's nothing going on. The only way to get fucking success.
No, that's not wrong. No, you're wrong.
How?
There's a lot going on.
How? What's going on? Tell me how you're gonna get success.
So there might not be like physical conflicts in terms of military, but there's a lot of shit that's wrong in the military right now.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Literally.
You got the whole mental health crisis, all that stuff.
All right.
Hey, don't give me that look. Mental health is an incredibly important thing.
All right. Listen,
we're getting sidetracked here.
Again.
My point is, I don't think in this army, success is as important. I think that in this army, it's all about making sure that you become a good leader, making sure that
you take care of your men.
You know your troops. I mean, you're not getting fucking deployed, so it's not
but
that
I
fucking
think,
hard
I think in peacetime,
to go to AIT
listen.
or to go to AT and know how to fucking take care of your troops, right? It's not that. It's not
a
that
lot
hard.
of these kids have
in
never been
peacetime-
away from home.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's important to. It's
They're
important.
away from home.
It's important.
you know,
It's
they're
important
waking up at
that
0 to
significance is valued, and that we're good leaders, because once we get deployed, it's gonna happen. I feel like in our lifetime we're gonna get deployed. I feel like our generation is gonna get deployed.
No, I mean I think.
And when that happens, people are gonna value more your significance than your success, because sure, you're fucking airport qualified, air assault qualified, fucking Pathfinder, all this bullshit. But if you cannot lead your soldiers, like if you go to war and you're getting shot at, and I tell you, come on, we're gonna fucking raid that fucking facility right there. We're gonna destroy the insurgents right there. You're gonna be like, yes, let's fucking go. I love you. You're my fucking leader. I'm gonna go fucking rush in there with you.
No,
or you can be like, I don't fucking trust you. I don't care. You have so many those fucking patches. I'm not gonna go with you. Which one would you rather be, right?
No, I agree. But
Yeah.
whatchamacallit? I think it's more alright.
But what's more important to you? So
To me, significant.
I would
I
rather not come home with all these ribbons, like, and all that shit, and I'd rather have my boys come home. If you know what I mean. Like, you still get the mission done. You still get it done.
technically, as a
But
PL,
the most important thing is that my
technically,
men
as a
come home.
PL, you're the last one to die, because everyone is required to die before you. Technically, I'm not saying.
Well, if bullets don't care.
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
required,
Bullets don't care.
so-
No, I agree. But technically, your platoon is supposed to die for you.
But remember, we're also typing hypothetical.
We're talking very hypothetical.
Bullets start flying.
We're talking very hypothetical. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think that, yes, your soldiers are very important. You should never leave a comrade behind. That's for sure. But the mission is always the number one priority.
So
Okay,
here's
so
my next
wait,
question.
no,
Hold on.
Alright. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, you want me to go then?
No, I'll figure it out.
No, just go. Just go. You can
No,
figure it out.
I think I got it. I think I got
When
it.
you start talking, he's gonna figure it out.
Alright. Whatchamacallit?
You already forgot.
What would you consider to be a bigger success? Bringing all your men home? Or rewards?
Well, no. Success is fulfilling the mission.
Yeah,
I don't care
But
about
you could
awards.
still fulfill the mission.
but
But you have two routes. You could have like one where you get awards and one where
No.
you take longer.
Yeah,
But
bring
you
your
more-
Yeah, I'd rather bring my men
Yeah,
home.
bring your men
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Complete the mission.
Yeah,
Complete the mission
And bring your men back.
home.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
But like,
absolutely.
if your men, right? If we like die in like a battle where we're like last stand and like only like 5 of us survive, right? But like the mission was critical. Like we saved a bunch of people. We
No,
saved
that's- no.
Then that's what I would rather have, because that would.
You know what the
probably
problem
come
with
a
this
bunch of
army is,
awards.
though, bro? Like, people don't realize that they're in the army to give up their life.
Let's be honest.
Like, people join and anyone gets accepted into the army, and
Well-
people join to get their college paid for
So I think we've
and
all,
get the fucking
all right,
benefits.
so I think we've all like kind of grown up and at least gone through this whole process of thinking we're the main character, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But yet we could literally step off the plane in country, boom, dead.
Exactly.
right there.
Like, how many cadets you think are aware that they're in the army to give up their fucking life?
That's what I mean. I
But
think
we're not in the army to give up our lives.
I mean,
We're not.
No, listen,
we're not.
listen.
You're right.
but
you're
I
right.
think
No,
that's
no,
something
no.
we've all just kind of accepted.
Right, we're not there to. Obviously, we're not there to fucking die. We're there to complete the mission and come back home.
You
Yes,
guys
that's
ever-
right. But do you think that when bullets are flying,
You guys ever watch
would,
the movie Patton?
would you rather be with someone that accepts the fact that, oh, you know what, I might die, but I'm okay with that, or someone that like gets so fucking scared that they're not gonna be able to lead under fucking fire?
Yes. So no, exactly. It's like
You need to accept that.
I would
Before you get
I
deployed,
would
you
rather
need to
be
accept
with the
that.
leader who's like, all right, I might die, but I'm gonna die trying to complete this mission.
100%.
Mhm.
What do you think, Torres?
Like I think you kind of got to go into it thinking, I probably won't make it home.
I think that as soon as
But
So
you
I'm a-
try.
You
You
try
try
to
to
make it
get
home.
home.
But you're
Ask
okay.
me what I
But
think
you're
when I'm
okay
home.
with the fact that you might, and honestly, probably won't make it home.
Yes. Your turn.
Because in all honesty, we've been fighting some pretty low-key wars, where it's not been like a whole like nation's military. It's been insurgent groups,
Yeah.
not with the same training and equipment. Like I mean, we can see. Just look at Russia and Ukraine. Like,
But
look at that. It's
but
like
but you're
two
saying look at
actual
that.
militaries
You're saying
going
look at
against
you're
each
saying
other.
look at that, and we're talking about a little puppy beating the fuck out of a fucking pit bull.
But still, that's the thing. It's still I would say
it's
compared
honestly
to
not
like
even a big war.
no, it's honestly not. There's stuff going on.
Like, they're not even using the big guns yet.
In Africa is worse, but I would say that like when you get too like not when it's a military against another military, not a military against an insurgent group, a lot more people die.
Yeah, I would say Russia's definitely taking it very low key.
But
because think about it, like they could be like bombing the shit out of like a town and then going into town.
In the past
but they're not doing
6 months, more people have died in Ukraine than have died in the entire war on freedom, or not war on freedom,
War on terror.
war on terror.
Yeah.
That was
so it
20
is,
years.
Like it is bigger, but it's not like you're hearing that. Oh, literally, what is it called? Russia or shelled this trench line for 2 straight days and then rushed in and killed them. It's not that. At least I haven't heard anything.
But
like
that's
that.
what I also mean. It's like everyone expects
You're
it
not
that
like
like
going it full out yet.
we will win no matter what. That might not be the case.
Yeah, and the other thing is like I feel like we rely on our technology too much.
No, agreed.
It's like we're gonna win, but is it we're gonna win because the people that fight for this country, the young men and women, or are we gonna win because of our technology?
Exactly.
That's why you're saying that.
You could be the most equipped.
We can't pass a rock march.
You could be the best equipped military, but if you're training as shit,
yeah,
then that's like having a toddler carrying a rifle. If you know what I mean. If that terminology makes sense.
Yeah. So
it's more important to be proficient in our duties and knowledge than it is to be decked out in, I don't know, like quad nods and like.
Alright, so to close out our first DeGents podcast, put your phone down. Alright,
bro, they're green, bro. Mine is fucking.
Because you're Navy, that's why.
Yeah, you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, this is also Navy.
Well, there's different ones for different.
Alright, so to close out the podcast, would you rather have a significant impact on
the people you love
and
the people around you
in life, or would you rather have a lot of success?
Significance.
Success.
You would rather have success. Alright,
Yes.
alright, and then explain why.
I explain myself. They go hand in hand. The more successful I'm gonna be, the more I'm gonna be able to be significant and help others.
Again, like that also.
How about you, Ryan?
So it kind of goes hand in hand, if you know what I mean. My version of
Like
success.
I said, yeah.
I know, but your version of success and mine are different. If you know what I mean, like
like we said, success is, fuck it, getting money, getting your dream job, getting your dream house. Significance is your family.
Well, I mean, it does, but
your family, your friends, other people.
Would you not?
The more successful I am, the more
Success, though.
The more successful I am, the more I'm gonna be able to help them. So the more significance I'm gonna. But it's a bar chart, dude. It's a bar chart. Imagine a bar chart that literally, it has a positive zero correlation. As this one goes up, this one goes up. But if significance goes up, success doesn't necessarily go up. This guy brings this guy up.
I know, but so I guess you can have if you think about it, 2 types of lives, or 2 lives. You have your work life and your home life. You can be successful in both, but it's more important to be successful in the home life.
More important? Define the importance of it. Because,
successful,
like I said, you can have both.
You can.
You can have both.
But, all right, yes, but one is.
If we're talking about,
is more important.
would I rather go to work and hopefully get that bonus, and skip my son's birthday, or go to my son's birthday? Obviously I'm going to my son's birthday.
I don't know. He's got plenty of birthdays. You know what I'm saying?
What if he gets hit by a car the next day?
Well, then
What are you gonna do?
I have to live with that.
Just make another baby.
But I guess it all depends, because you could come in home late,
But like I said, we all have our different definitions of significance and success. Mine's different than yours, Castillo, and Taurus, yours is different than mine.
So for me, I would rather have significance, and I feel like significance is the key, because significance will drive my success, right? You think that success will drive your significance. I think that my significance will have my success.
But really,
as I try to be more significant, I become more successful.
How does being more significant gonna help you be more successful?
Because to be, so I want to be significant, right? That's my goal, is to be a significant person. I have what's it called? A significant impact on my, like, let's say my son and my daughter's life, whenever that comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the best man then, for them to see and be inspired by me.
How is that gonna make you
Inspired by-
successful?
How's that gonna make me successful? Because I want them to see that I'm always working hard,
That's a
That
success
I'm always-
in its own.
that I'm always like learning, that I'm always doing the right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, unlike other people, I'm always, like, even though I'm doing so much stuff and I'm so busy, I'm always gonna find time to go and be with them and teach them stuff.
You can be.
And then they're gonna be like, wow, my dad, even though he's so successful, that's not what is important to him. What's important to him is having a significant impact on my
You
life.
can be successful in many ways in your life. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't. It's not just one thing doesn't make you successful. Like I said, like you could be, for me, I could be the best cop who puts the most bad guys away.
But
But I'd rather be there for my family and also be there for the community. Instead of being, oh yeah, that's Officer Ryan. He put like 50 drug dealers away. Be like, oh, that's Officer Ryan. You know, he stopped and helped, you know, push, walk grandma across the street, you know. He went to community outreach events and like got the whole community to know him.
But the more successful you are in that job, the more significant you're gonna be. Because the more you're gonna help your community, the more they're gonna be saved. The more people are gonna thank you.
But are you
the more people
doing?
are gonna
But
be
are
happy
you
for
doing
you.
it for the community, or is he doing it for himself? Like, is he
What
locking
are
up
you
with
doing
these
it
bad
for?
guys? Cause
Community
he-
and family.
So
Because making the community
does it
safer
matter?
is also
Then
a
does it
for
matter?
my
Because
family.
his success is going up, and it doesn't matter if he doesn't give a fuck at all. Maybe he doesn't care about his success. Maybe he doesn't care about his significance. Either way, they're both going up. It doesn't matter what he does it
But
for.
it matters-
It's the fact that he's doing it.
It matters if he cares. Because people will know if he.
If you
doing it
care
'cause
for
he cares
success
or he
and
does
if
it
you
'cause
care
he
for
really
significance, either or, you're still gonna increase both. You're still gonna increase both.
I think you would be like. I think you would be empty inside if you did it for success. Right?
Empty. How does that make you empty?
I just think it would.
All right, yeah.
Because
So like, I want to be a
think
cop.
if you're doing it for significance.
So I'm not becoming a cop to be successful. I'm being a cop to be significant.
So you don't want to be successful.
I would love to be successful, but it's more
See?
important.
It's
It's
important
more
to be
important
successful.
that the community
But
sees
why
me
is
not
one?
as a
But
police
why is
officer,
one more
but
important
as a
than the other?
person.
Why is one more important than the other? Why is one more important than the other? You can be successful and have great significance. So why do you have to place one before the other?
Because, all right. So at least in my career field, it's hard to do both. Because you're either the big bad police officer who puts all these people away, or you're the police officer who goes around and like everyone knows your name. You know, the kids, love to come up and give you high fives and be like, Officer Ryan, we love you, yada yada yada.
But you can be both. You can put people in jail and then love the kids. Like you see, like there is no either or, bro. You can be both.
Yes, but then
You can be
so it's-
both.
like you got to put people away in jail, but that has an effect on everyone else around them too.
Okay, just because they're criminals, right? Doesn't mean that it's your fault, and that
But that's not how some people see it.
yeah, but sure, it's gonna affect their fucking families, but it's that person's fault for being a fucking criminal. That's not your fault. You're just putting him in jail. It's your job.
I understand, but it's also important to know for the community to know that you're not just out there to get them. That you're there to be a member of the community
You can do
and
both,
not be the enforcer.
but
of
you
the
can do
community.
both. You can do both.
I know, yes, but you have to
Then
focus on
do
both.
both. Do both exactly. Do both.
But unfortunately, when it comes to some people focus on usually
But
the
we're not
success.
talking. We're not talking about some people. We're
Alright,
talking
yeah.
about ourselves.
Okay, well then that, like I just said, but all right, screw you.
Alright, so it sounds like we gotta close it out here. Have we
Let's
what are some of the main
let's give it up.
things-
Let's give it up to the
Alright,
community. Let's give it up to the community. Put down in the comments which one you prefer. Significance or success, and why. Like, who do you agree with here? Who do you disagree with here? And tell us what you think. What's more important for you, success
Alright.
or significance?
So Garcia, what are your 3 main points from this podcast?
From this podcast, my 3 main points is leadership comes with significance, and it's more important than how you measure success at the personal level. I get that you can be a successful person as well as a significant person, and that it doesn't matter, why you do it for, as long as you don't put one before the other, because you have to be always present for both. And lastly, whatever you do, just make sure that you love doing it and you have purpose for it. As long as you have purpose for it, you'll be good to go. You'll be happy. Whatever it is for, just have a purpose for it.
All right, how about you, Ryan? What did you get from this podcast?
That you can be both successful and significant. But for every single person, it's different.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
For me, it's different. For Torres, it's different. For Castillo, it's different.
Yeah, 100%.
It's more on what they hold closer to them and what their values are.
100%.
I guess that's what I would take away.
That's one thing, though.
For me,
that's multiple things.
For me, it's more about hearing you guys' opinions on the matter and understanding that different people want different things. But you can have significance and success. But the main thing for me would be always chasing that significant impact on other people, because that's what fulfills me.
Agreed.
Success might fulfill you.
So it fulfills you. What other people think of you?
But the other thing is, significance. You feel it, like you feel that you've had a significant impact on this person, right? And you feel like you did the right thing, and you feel, and like it might just be feelings. You might be like, feelings don't matter.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like if you're feeling low and you just remember this time that you helped, I don't know, this grandma across the street, or you helped this poor person, you gave them food, you're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe I should keep going. Maybe I should keep striving for it.
Agreed. It's not about what they leave you materially.
Yeah.
It's about what they leave you with emotionally and like memories wise, if you know what I mean.
All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Stop playing that copyrighted music. All right. This is the end of the DeGents Podcast with Ryan and Castillo and Torres.